This is the story of living simply in Sicily. Why don't you come along with us and sing along the way? If you had a favorite group that you used to sing with, try and imagine you can still hear them now.
Hi, I'm Gigi.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're living simply in Sicily. And I thought we would do our planning for our trip to Puglia. What do you think?
Yes.
What I did was I made this list so that we could go through it. You know me and lists.
Yes. You have a list.
So I have our preparation for Puglia.
Okay.
So we had to figure out the travel time between where we live and Puglia. And then we had to figure out from here to Messina. And then Messina, the ferry, we have to take a ferry with our car from Messina to the northern part of the region of Calabria. And then from there we have to drive. So I knew that I didn't want you to have to drive all day to get all the way over to Puglia.
She's always thinking of it.
So what did you think a fair amount of time would be that we should stop at for the first night?
Well, 5 to 6 hours is about all I want to drive anymore.
Okay.
The days of, 24 hours driving to get from point A to point B, I'm too old for that.
Okay.
I hate to admit it.
Well, so the first thing we're going to do then is book a car ferry from Messina to Villa San Giovanni, Calabria. And then I thought from there we would take the map, and I'll show you on there, of around where it will take us to get to 5 hours or a little less.
Okay.
And so what I ended up finding was this place called Marina di Amendolara. And so from there, I booked a B&B. Usually I do everything on Airbnb, but I'm thinking, really, what's the point? We're going to just arrive. We're just going to need a place to rest, get a good night's sleep, sit by, have some wine by the pool, and maybe a place where we could find some food locally.
What's the difference in a B&B compared to an Airbnb?
A B&B is a bed and breakfast. And usually it doesn't necessarily have to have like a kitchen and like things that you're going to live in.
Could be just like a room or something for an overnight stay or even for maybe an extended stay, but not necessarily with all the conveniences.
Right. And also like they'll include breakfast with the price. So I was looking at price mostly of hotel versus B&B versus Airbnb. The Airbnbs were the highest, so I just crossed that off. And so then I was looking at hotels and different booking search engines that you can use to try to find the lowest rate for something good.
It's a good idea because there are far more other avenues other than Airbnb.
So this is a confirmed booking at Il Vecchio Pescatore. So I know that means the old fisherman, something like that.
Yeah, close
so
enough.
It must be an old fishing village. So we know where we're going to go.
So it's on the water, correct?
So what I found was for 40 euros, including breakfast, it's a double bed, a matrimonial bed is what they call, it's like a little less than a queen and more than a double.
It's plenty big enough for 2 people.
That's European size.
Right.
So I got that, and breakfast is included, and I think it's right on the water.
Oh. Lovely. Surprise number 1. Gigi is the travel coordinator, and they're procurer.
He has to drive.
I do the driving, and I use my internal GPS, but she helps me navigate, and we usually manage to get to where we're going.
But I always want to know what he's up for, so I'll ask him how far do you want to drive, and then I'll do my search in that area. So he kind of gave me that time period, so I'll show you on a map like how far it is from where we'll be going and so forth. So then the second thing that I wanted to do, I thought we could plan our itinerary. And what I'd like to do is leave a little bit, because this is kind of our MO, is that we want to plan in the beginning, plan in the end, so that we know when we're coming and going, but leave some open space if we want to search out some area a little bit more, or skip something, we're just not feeling it, we'll just move on to the next thing. So we want to be a little bit spontaneous,
Right.
So.
Yeah, we kind of want to wing it. We don't want to have everything, down to the last minute and have to follow some kind of a deadline schedule, right to the second. Yeah.
Sometimes we don't feel good.
No, exactly.
Or we just we feel more energetic.
And I'll be another year older the day after we leave.
Oh my, honey, you're getting so old. Still cute.
She's very kind.
Okay, so what I thought is let's go over the list of where we want to visit in Puglia, because this has been exciting for us, and we've looked at different things and we've watched different YouTube channels to see, where we want to go. Some of the things that appeal to us.
We've been going to do this for what, 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
We've talked about this, and so we're going to do it this year.
Yes, we are, and we're going to do it soon.
Yes.
So some of the places that I thought might be nice is Alberobello, Bari, Brindisi, Monopoli, Taranto, Loco Rotondo, Mandoria, Primitivo, St. Agata. There were some old water mills. I didn't know if you wanted to search. Otranto, Torre Sant'Andrea. So some of these things are in some of the places I mentioned. So I'm gonna, now that I have like a list of some of the things I want to do, then I'll say like, oh, we're in Ostuni, which is where we want to go. We want to go to this historic center because that's what's most appealing to us. And we realize that they do olive oil and wine production.
Yeah, big time.
So maybe we should do like a winery tasting.
Well, I would say that we could probably do that.
Oil tasting,
And
they have oil.
Olive oil places have, they pick their crops in the fall, so in November-ish, so that's already been done. So,
Oh, yeah.
But there may be something along as like an agriturismo kind of a thing.
Yeah.
We might look into actually staying at a place like that.
Okay.
That's a thought, you know.
So I know we have our place where we're gonna do our stop for the first night, and we're only staying there one night. So what we can do is plan out where we want to go to from there. We can either go up to Bari, or you want to go all the way down to the bottom and then work our way up and then across. So we're kind of, everything is always in a triangle for us. Even Sicily is a triangle. We leave a triangle, we travel in triangles. I don't know.
Well, at least that way we're not square. The area that we're going to is the heel of the boot, as Italy is, been referred to as a boot. So on the west side of Italy, there is the Adriatic Sea and the Ionian Sea meets that, and it goes up through the Straits of Otranto.
Yes.
And which is not far from what is that little landmass right there? Albania.
Yeah.
It's actually right across from Albania. Greece is just below it, and so on and so forth. You can pull out your local map and take a peek.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up some maps so you can kind of see how we're gonna do it. So we thought from where we're gonna come down, I think what I'd like to do, let me know what you think, is to go to the bottom and come up.
It's the southernmost point of the heel of the beach.
So we thought we'd start there and then work our way up. And instead of going to the left, I'm not as interested from Taranto to Gallipoli. What we want to do now is figure out where we want to go in each place. Like for me, Brindisi, Ostuni is the most appealing. I want to see the white villages, the Trulli. So this Loco Rotondo is a round circular medieval square or something. That was kind of appealing.
A round circular medieval square.
That doesn't make sense, does it? I don't know what it is, but
Rotondo is round. It's laid out, I guess, in a circular or semi-circular fashion rather than a grid. Type north, south, east, west kind of thing. That's the rumor anyway. We haven't seen it. So.
Yeah.
And Brindisi has an airport, by the way.
Yeah, Brindisi has an airport. So that was, these were some of the things, like if we thought about looking for property, which we always just keep our eyes open, and it's always a possibility. Because Sicily is starting to wear on my lungs a little bit. I've noticed the last few years it's gotten worse. So we may have to look for an alternative, unfortunately.
Well, when we first came here, the volcano wasn't nearly as active as it has been.
No.
Now, and that was 2017, or actually we came in 2014.
Yes.
But 2017 we came in for an extended period, and the volcano wasn't that active. But within the first year of us getting here, it became much more active, and it has been on a steady basis for the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, it's really increased.
So, a lot of dust.
Yeah, a lot of dust, and then I have asthma, and I've been having trouble with that. So, you have to go with
Common sense.
Yeah, yep. So anyway, we thought we would look into the Puglia area because it's similar in temperature. I'd like to be near the ocean, and we know of some groups that we could be connected to there that we would be encouraged to do so. So Brindisi is one area, and Bari. I don't know about Bari. I don't know too much.
I don't know much about it either,
but
we're about to.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is take our time and look at more videos and explore where we want to go. If you have any good ideas on where you would plan to go, besides the normal things that we've mentioned,
somewhere that you have been
Yeah.
and taken a vacation there perhaps, and you have some tidbits of information that you'd like to share, please do.
Yeah, that would be great. And planning is important because to me it cuts down on all the surprises and it makes for a beautiful journey.
Yes.
And the other thing is to know what interests you the most.
And as we get older, we're trying to live simply, as the title goes.
Yeah.
And there's no need to rush.
No.
We don't have a deadline to keep. We're not on a vacation schedule. We're not here for a week or two. We're here for however many months we want to be here. And we find that slowing down helps us, stop and smell the roses comes to mind, and so that's what we're trying to do.
Living simply, it does help you live a better life because you're not as stressed and you can approach things in a calm way and appreciate what you have around us. Be thankful for what you have and be grateful for the privilege that we're able to do this because not everyone can. So we always try to approach it in that way and, help you to see it from our eyes where we can explore and in a pace that we're comfortable with. So,
and while we're doing that, to go along with what you just said, we try not to spend a whole lot of time in tourist areas, just exclusively tourist areas. Sometimes you have to do that because of the number of days in your stay, and you only have so much time and so much money and so forth. Well, we only have so much money too, so we try to go beyond the tourist areas. It's those back streets where you're going to find the mom and pop operations.
Didn't we do that? Well, to Venice. We knew we were going to land, and we had a place there, and then we had a place for the first few nights, and then we left it open. And we were able to really go out of the tourist areas, and we found some great places.
That's pleasant surprises of the things you try to look for that you don't expect, that you don't have planned. Always, whenever you don't have something planned and something nice happens, it's always much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So we try to do that. We try to look for those little operations, those little backstreet places, and they're there. They're every village you go in, they're there. But you just got to take the time to look for them.
Yeah.
So we have the time, so we're not in a rush.
And usually you can find better restaurants outside of a touristy area. Look where all the locals go and go where they go. And you'll end up really being surprised. Ones that I really like are those trattorias where you just go and then they just serve you whatever they have that night. And to me, that's always fun.
But more than likely, what you do get is very good and very acceptable to your taste.
Yeah,
that's what we've found anyway.
Yeah, and that's a way to learn new foods. Like each region has their own things that they are proud of and that they excel in.
Yeah.
Orchetti is Puglia's pasta, which means little ears. So we'll of course eat what's in the area and what's local and support the area in the small mom and pop.
Sure.
Yeah, we like to do that.
And whenever possible, ask the waiter if he speaks some English, and a lot of them do in the restaurants. They at least speak some. Well, use your phone to translate and ask them what's local, what they have that's local, and you're going to find out that's the freshest stuff that's going right there. So try it. Yeah. Be adventurous and give it a try.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks so much. We love you guys. Ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao.